Kara Vesh thrust her armored forearm across the trade dock corridor, halting Jonah Rook mid-stride. You.
Her mandibled jaw clicked in emphasis. Human.
Step forward. Jonah stopped. Cargo crates loomed behind her, stamped with Vexari trade seals. Dock workers, scaled krill and furred traders, edged away, eyes wide. Kara's arena scars gleamed under the harsh dock lights, her officer's tabs marking her as shipbound elite. Calm. Officer Vesh. Something wrong? Your kind clutters our decks. She leaned in, breath hot with chem scent, sloppy maintenance, near misses, in the vents. You're a liability to the Reliance Oath. Whispers rippled from the crowd. Humans rarely shipped out here, most stuck to core worlds. Not my intent. He kept his voice even. Fixes are logged, she snarled. Prove it. Trial by combat. Now, public dock arena. The crowd murmured approval. Vexari law favored duels for disputes, quick, honorable resolutions. Jonah nodded once. Her crest flared in surprise. You accept? Without protest? Regulated weapons only. He tapped his comm. Stunners and batons. No deaths. Kara barked a laugh. Soft human, fine. Marshal's Hall. We sign.
She spun on her heel. Jonah followed, toolkit slung over his shoulder.
Dock traffic parted like water. The Marshal's Hall squatted at dock's end, a drum-shaped chamber ringed by adjudication pods. Marshal Odrin hunched over his console, his multiple eyes flicking across holoscreens. He froze as Kara stormed in, Jonah trailing. Trial duel, Kara declared. Vesh versus Rook. Liability dispute. Odrin's tentacles twitched.
Human from the Reliant?
This risks diplomatic waves. Jonah set his toolkit down. My challenge, Marshal. Weapons regulated, stunners, batons, public feed optional. Kara slammed her gauntlet on the counter. Mandatory broadcast. Let all see human frailty. Odrin hesitated, eyes darting to Jonah. Signatures bind eternally. No withdrawals. Jonah extended his hand for the scanner. Understood.
The pad hummed.
His print locked in. Kara signed next, her claw etching deep. Odrin nodded. Bout scheduled. Cycle's end. Central arena. Full broadcast rights secured. Dock nets, ship feeds, envoy channels. Kara smirked. The human seals his shame. Jonah retrieved his toolkit. See you there.
He turned to leave. Odrin called after him.
Crewman Rook, your ship's envoy watches this closely. Jonah paused at the hatch. Noted. Outside, the dock buzzed louder. Workers clustered around public holos, already replaying the challenge ping. Jonah shouldered through, heading for the Reliance berth. His back itched under his jumpsuit, the tattoo hidden there, inked in off-world script during his merc stint. No need to flash it yet. A shadow detached from a vendor stall. Envoy Sile, sleek and silver-scaled, blocked his path again.
Her diplomat robes swirled. Crewman.
Her voice purred through a translator. Bold move. Or foolish. Jonah stopped. Envoy, she circled him, eyes sharp. Kara Vesh is champion grade. Arena kills on her tally. Your acceptance plays poorly.
He shrugged.
Dispute settled per code. Sile's tail flicked. The crowd sees a soft human. Maintenance drone versus warrior. I've ensured the feeds highlight it. Your logs, your near misses. Odds stack against you. Jonah met her gaze. Leverage for talks? Her lips curled. Diplomacy thrives on clear hierarchies. Win, you gain respect. Loses, humans stay in holds.
He nodded.
Fair.
She leaned closer.
No plea to cancel? Contract signed. Jonah stepped past. Arena awaits. Sile watched him go, then tapped her comm. Leak confirmed. Soft human narrative live. Jonah reached the Reliance airlock. Crewmates clustered at the hatch. Fellow humans, a few allied species. Jonah, you serious? Engineer Patel grabbed his arm. Vesh, she's shredded champions. He stowed his toolkit. Regulated. I'll manage. They exchanged looks. That tattoo of yours, oathmark? Might sway him post-fight. Not flashing it. Jonah rolled his shoulders. Action first. Alarms chimed, prep cycle starting. Arena feeds would hype the mismatch, hulking Vexari versus baseline human. He entered the crew quarters, stripped his jumpsuit, checked the tattoo in the mirror. Jagged script from the Black Oath Wars, a pact sworn on shattered worlds. Vexari elders knew it, marked survivors who held lines alone. No time to dwell. He geared up. Standard vac suit, reinforced joints from his training days. Practical. No flash. Dock-wide announcements blared. Trial bout. Officer Kara Vesh versus crewman Jonah Rook. Liability challenge. Weapons, stunners, batons. Broadcast live. Crowd surged toward the central arena. A sunken pit ringed by tiered stands, force fields humming. Jonah joined the flow. Whispers followed. Human? He'll crumple. Vesh takes him in 10 seconds. See less work. He reached the prep tunnel. Marshal Odrin waited, handing over gear, weighted baton, stunner holster. Rules, yield or incapacitation ends it. No kills. Clear. Jonah clipped them on. Odrin eyed him. Soft? Jonah tested the baton's balance. Watch. Kara emerged from the opposite tunnel, crowd roaring. Her armor gleamed. Arena-forged plates, crest high, baton and claw, stunner charged. She spotted him. Sneered, ready to yield liability, Jonah stepped into the pit. Force fields snapped shut. Let's duel. The marshal's voice boomed. Begin! Kara charged. Jonah sidestepped, baton whipping up to parry. Her strike glanced off, cracking the field behind him. Crowd gasped. Humans didn't dodge like that. She pivoted, stunner firing. Jonah rolled, bolt sizzling past. He countered low baton to her knee joint. She grunted, leg buckling. Trick move. Training. He pressed, stunner barking. She blocked, but the shock grazed her arm. Muscles spasmed. Kara roared, swinging wild. Jonah ducked, baton cracking her guard. Her weapon flew. He circled, breathing steady. Yield? Never. She lunged bare-clawed. Jonah fired point blank. Stunner bolt hit center mass. She convulsed, dropping. Arena fell silent. Marshal called it.
Rook wins.
Kara slumped to one knee, glaring. How? Jonah offered a hand. She ignored it, but her eyes narrowed, waiting. He turned, unzipping his suit back. Tattoo gleamed under lights, black oath mark. Gasps rippled. Vexari and Stans hissed, recognition. Kara froze. Oathbearer? You hid this. Prove first. Jonah rezipped. Humility under pressure. She rose, crest dipping. Respect earned. Rook. Envoy Sela approached the pit edge, expression tight. Crowd chanted. Human. Oathmark. Audrin signaled broadcast end. But feeds already looped the reveal. Kara gripped his shoulder. Allies now. Train with me. Jonah nodded. Deal. Sela watched, calculating. The narrative flipped. Human not soft, but steel-wrapped. Diplomacy just got interesting. Kara's claws clicked against the arena floor as she prowled around Jonah. Her crest flared red under the floodlights. She halted, mandibles twitching at his relaxed stance, knees bent, batons loose in his grip. Too casual for a soft skin. Heavier blades. Heavier blades. Double mass. Let's see if the human tires first. The crowd rumbled. Vexari spectators leaned forward, frills quivering. Marshal Odrin nodded from his podium, signaling techs. 2 new batons dropped into the pit, chunky humming with weighted cores. Jonah caught his mid-air. It dragged his arm down half an inch. He hefted it, fingers adjusting the grip, thumb locked under the guard, pinky braced, balanced now. Rules say equal mass for both, he said, voice level. Check the mass scanner.
Odrin squinted at his pad. Crewman Rook invokes equity clause.
Mass equalized. Tex scrambled.
Kara's new blade matched his. Brutal, unforgiving. She bared fangs.
Clever, but speed ends this.
Kara exploded forward.
Her blade whistled, a blur of green scales and fury. Jonah met the first clash high. Sparks flew. She chained strikes overhead, side cut, thrust, each faster than the last. He parried, pivoted, gave ground. Her rhythm pushed him back. Arena edge loomed, force field humming at his heels. Crowd chanted her name. Vesh. Vesh. She pressed. Blade dipped low, feinted high. Jonah blocked, but momentum shoved him sideways. One step from the wall. She lunged for the clinch. Free claw extended to rake his shoulder. Jonah stamped his heel. Arena grit crunched. He twisted offline, blade circling to cover his core. Distance reset. 3 paces. Her claw swiped empty air. She recoiled, eyes widening a fraction. Footwork? She hissed. From a traitor? Training, Jonah said. Baton ready. She roared. swung to end it fast, an overhand smash to Kaytha's guard. Jonah stepped aside. Like he'd done it 1,000 times. Her blade cratered the floor.
Shockwave rippled up his legs. He countered, Baden snapping to her elbow.
She twisted away, barely.
Lucky dodge, not luck.
Kara reset, circling faster. Jonah matched her pace. Sweat beaded on his brow, but breaths stayed even. The heavier blade sang through the air, his swings precise, hers a storm. She hammered high.
He slipped the edge, riposted low. Baden grazed her thigh plate.
She grunted, leg stiffening.
Soft skin tricks. Her stunner baton activated. Blue arcs crackling.
Practice phase over. Real rules now.
Jonah flicked his own switch. Energy hummed.
He advanced. She swung wild, testing range. He parried. Her strike glanced off, cracking the force field behind him.
The crowd gasped. Humans didn't dodge like that.
She pivoted, stunner firing. A bolt sizzled past his ear. Jonah rolled forward, grit biting his palms. He came up inside her guard, baton thrusting low to her knee joint. Crack. She grunted, leg buckled. Trick move. Training. He pressed the advantage. Stunner barked from his hip. She blocked with her forearm. Shock grazed her scales. Muscles spasmed, claw twitching open. Kara roared, swung wild, two-handed. Jonah ducked under. His baton cracked her guard. Her weapon spun free, clattering across the pit. It skidded to a halt near the edge. He circled, breathing steady. Baton leveled. Yield? Never. She lunged bare-clawed, crest blazing orange. Jonah fired point blank. Stunner bolt hit center mass. She convulsed mid-leap, crashing down. Claws scraped furrows in the floor. Arena fell silent. Marshal Odrin raised his staff. Rook wins by disable. Kara slumped to one knee, chest heaved. She glared up, mandibles clenched. How? No Vexari trains like that.
Power cycled down. He offered a hand. Palm up, steady.
She ignored it, but her eyes narrowed, flicking to his suit. Waiting, he turned his back. Zipper rasped down the spine. Tattoo gleamed under the lights, jagged black lines, oath mark of the off-world pact. Gasps rippled through the stands. Vexari hissed recognition, frills collapsing in shock. Kara froze. Claws dug into the floor. Oath bearer, you hid this? Prove first. Jonah rezipped the suit. Humility under pressure. She rose slow. Crest dipped low. Submission sign among her kind. Respect earned, Ruck. I measured wrong.
Crowd erupted. Human.
Oathmark! Oathmark! Odrin signaled the broadcast booth. Feeds cut. Diplomatic protocol. Too late. Holoscreens looped the reveal already. Envoy Scylla pushed through the pit gate, robes swirling. Her compound eyes gleamed, calculating angles.
Champion Vesh. Crewman Rook.
This complicates talks. Kara gripped Jonah's shoulder. Claws retracted, touch firm. Allies now. Train with me. Your footwork. Teach it. Jonah nodded. Grip returned hers. Solid. Deal. Your speed's no joke.
Oathbearers don't crew freighters.
Explain, Rook.
Jonah met her gaze, but the mark's real.
Scanned it on entry. Audrin bustled over, pad glowing. Verified. Pact oaths bind across sectors. No fallout, honor holds. Kara released his shoulder. Stepped back, sizing him anew. Not prey. Equal. Your win flips the board. Humans, not soft. Not all, Jonah said. Just prepared. Sile steepled claws. Leverage shifts. Station command will demand audience. Vesh, escort him. Prevent incidents. Kara snorted. He needs no escort. But I go. Allies trained together. They climbed from the pit. Crowd parted, chants shifting to murmurs. Vexari nodded respect. A few humans in the stands whooped from the docks. Jonah felt eyes on his back. The tattoo itched under fabric.
Hidden no more.
Scylla fell in step. This narrative spreads. Human not underestimated traitor, but oath-sworn warrior. Diplomacy just got teeth. Kara glanced at Jonah. Crest neutral now. Good teeth. He smirked. Next challenge waited. Talks, not blades. But with her at his side, even. In the corridor, alarms pinged. Odrin barked into his comment. Breach in docks. Packed vessel incoming. demanding Rook. Kara's claws flexed. Your ride? Jonah checked his wrist pad. Codes flashed priority recall. Trouble followed me. Sile smiled thin. Then we collaborate. Or the board flips again. Kara drew her sidearm.
Allies handle trouble. Jonah matched pace. Baton clipped to belt.
Humility proved. Respect sealed, now action called. They sprinted toward the bays. Hulls groaned under docking clamps. A shadow ship loomed on scans. Tacked Black Ops, no markings.
Ambush?
Kara growled. Test, Jonah said. They saw the feed. Doors hissed open. Docking arms whirred. Figures in void black waited, more oath marks visible. Sile halted. This escalates. Kara bared fangs. We escalate back. Jonah stepped forward. Blades ready in mind. Competence met humility. Pressure built. Respect held firm. Kara feinted high, claws slicing air toward Jonah's throat. He ducked the bluff. Her knee drove into his ribs like a piston. Pain exploded. Bones creaked but held. Jonah exhaled sharp, stayed upright. The arena crowd roared. The Shari spectators leaned forward, crests flaring red with anticipation. Jonah twisted. His leg hooked hers in a low sweep, precise, controlled. Not a killing break, just enough to unbalance. Kara stumbled. Her tail lashed for recovery. She hit the sand rolling, up in a blur. Audrin's voice boomed from the adjudicator's dais. Clean counter. Continue. Jonah circled. Batten loose in his grip.
Ribs throbbed. Breathe through it.
No wild swings. Kara snarled.
She lunged low this time?
Genuine forcing him back. He parried with the baton, vibrated up his arm. Her strength hammered like forge blows. They traded strikes. Her claws raked his guard.
Sparks flew off metal. Jonah felt the weight. The Shari bone density crushed lesser fighters.
He slipped a punch, elbowed her shoulder. She shrugged it off, grinning fangs. The stands buzzed. Human dockworkers shouted from the upper tiers. Rook!
Show 'em. Sile watched from the envoy's box, claws tapping her datapad. Political eyes gleamed.
Kara pressed. Feinted left. Drove right.
Jonah blocked.
Momentum carried her into him. She switched to grapple. Arms locked his waist. Alien power surged. She lifted him clean off the sand. Air whooshed from his lungs. Crowd gasped. The Shari strength turned humans to paste in these holds. Jonah twisted mid-air, joint positioning, elbow against her neck hinge, knee into hip fulcrum. Leverage, not force. She slammed him down. Sand sprayed. His back hit first. Kara pinned. Claws dug into his shoulders.
Yield human.
Audrin raised his staff.
Count begins! 1!
Jonah breathed. Positioned, rolled his hips. Slid an arm free. 2. Her grip tightened. Muscles corded like cables. 3. He hooked her elbow.
3. He hooked her elbow.
Pushed off the mat with his free leg. Joint popped free. Not broken. Redirected.
4, Kara growled. Pressure mounted.
5. Jonah bridged his hips. Flipped the hold. Momentum shifted. 6. She resisted. Raw power.
7. He flowed with it.
Escaped clean. Both scrambled up.
Break! Audrin bellowed.
Staff slammed sand. Fair release. Arena exploded. The Shari crests flickered. Shock, then yellow intrigue.
Kara shook out her arm. Eyed him anew.
How? No soft-worlder moves like that. Jonah wiped sweat. Baton ready. Training. She charged again. Faster, claws whirled in arena patterns. Tested strikes, lethal if landed. He danced back, absorbed a glancing slash on his vest. Fabric tore. Pain bit shoulder.
Blood welled. He countered with baton thrust to her thigh guard.
Fudded home. Kara hissed. Limped a step. Recovered. Audrin leaned forward. No yielding called. Blood drawn. Continue, Soleil murmured to her aides. Watch the human. Moves like packed elite. Jonah felt ribs grind with each breath. Stay calm. Humility under fire. No rage. Kara feinted high again. This time committed. Knee followed, but Jonah sidestepped. He swept low. She jumped it. Predicted. Claws raked his back. Fabric ripped wide.
Cool air hit skin. The tattoo burned into view.
Off-world, oath mark, swirling packed sigils, black ink over scarred muscle.
Crowd hushed. Bishari pointed. Oath sworn. Look, the brands. Kara froze mid-strike. Eyes locked on his back, crest bleached white. Surprise cracked her poise. She hated surprises. Arena champion, undefeated. Now this, human bearing marks only pact killers wore. Jonah didn't press, lowered baton fraction. Waited. Audrin squinted. Visible oath. Tradition holds, honor the mark. Scylla stood. Diplomatic shift.
He's no traitor.
You hid it. Prove first, Jonah said.
Calm. No boast.
She lunged. Grapple again.
But tentative. Locked arms. Tested strength. She pushed. He held. Human endurance chewed through alien bursts. Sweat dripped. Muscles screamed. Kara broke first. Pushed back. Breathing hard. Vesh. Vesh! Rook! Audrin raised staff. Stand down? Call it. Kara glanced at the mark again. Claws. Retracted. Enough. Jonah lowered baton. Draw by mutual stand, Audrin declared. Warriors respect. Crowd erupted. Humans whooped. The Shari stamped approval. Kara approached. Offered claw hand. Oath sworn. Jonah clasped. Firm. Crewman Rook. Just doing my job. Her crest yellowed. Respect. Crewman fights like legend. Walk with me. Scylla descended steps. Narrative mine now. Human warrior in our house. Pact, talks, strengthen. Audrin fussed with his calm. No infractions. But logs to council. Jonah pulled his torn vest closed. Tattoo itched.
Kiddin' no more?
They exited under lights. Kara at his shoulder. Rivals forged ally. Corridor hummed. Alarms pinged sudden. Audrin barked into comm. Breach! Docks. Packed vessel inbound. Demands Rook. Your shadow? Jonah checked wrist pad. Codes flashed red. Priority recall. Test. They watched. Silev smiled thin. Leverage flips. We control it. Doors hissed to bays. Hulls groaned under clamps. Shadow ship loomed on scans. Black Ops, unmarked. Figures waited, oath marks gleaming on their hides.
Kara drew sidearm. Allies meet threats.
Jonah unclipped baton. Stepped forward. Figures advanced. Lead one snarled. Rook. Pact calls you home. Not yet, Jonah said. Claws extended. Blasters hummed. Kara matched his side. Together. Competence held. Respect armed them. The first shot cracked sand. Jonah dodged. Baton spun. Kara fired. Hit scored hull. Figures scattered.
Formed wedge. Flank.
Jonah called. She pivoted. Blaster barked twice. One down. He swept low on another. Lake buckled. Oathmark flashed on the foe. Rival ink. Pact brothers, Kara growled. Rogue cell, Jonah said. Baton cracked skull. Seen the feed. Want the oath sworn back. Audrin yelled from ramp. Station security inbound. Hold. Scylla directed drones. Record all. Proof for envoys. Lead figure charged Jonah. Claws out. Traitor mark, Jonah absorbed slash. Ribs, protested old bruise. Countered with sweep. Foe tripped.
Kara's boot pinned neck. Yield, she said.
He spat. Pact takes what's ours.
Alarms wailed. Security poured in.
Figures retreated to ship. Docking clamps word release. Jonah watched it flee. Wristpad pinged. All clear. Kara sheathed sidearm. Eyed him. Good teeth, crewman. Cilia approached. Collaboration sealed. Talks tomorrow. With teeth. Audrin mopped brow. No diplomatic mess. Thanks to you two.
Jonah nodded.
Humility intact. Pressure passed. Next shadow waited. Hull groaned final. Bays quieted. Kara lunged. Her claws hooked Jonah's shirt collar in the clinch. Fabric shredded with a sharp rip. Cool arena air hit his back. The full tattoo blazed under floodlights, black ink coils of the Pact's eternal oath, spanning shoulder to hip. The entire arena went silent. 20,000 alien throats cut off mid-roar. Jonah twisted free, baton raised. Kara staggered back, mandibles slack. Her compound eyes locked on the mark. No blink, no breath. He circled, chest heaving. Sweat stung the fresh tear. Crowd benches creaked as bodies leaned forward. Hushed whispers rippled like wind over sand. Marshal Audrin slammed his staff on the platform. Halt. Combat pauses, gongs boomed. Hollow barriers flickered up between them. Jonah lowered his baton. Kara's bladed gauntlet stayed extended, but she didn't advance. Her gaze drilled into the ink. Jonah kept his stance loose. Humility held his tongue. Audrin vaulted the rail, robes flapping. He landed between them, scanner humming over Jonah's back. The mark of Varkith.
Binding oath of service to the pact eternal, sworn in blood, witnessed by stars.
No warrior strikes the marked without council judgment.
Stands erupted in murmurs. Kara's crest flattened.
She flexed claws, then retracted them. Jonah felt eyes everywhere. Thousands judging the human upstart now branded untouchable. Resume or forfeit? Audrin barked at Kara. She dropped to one knee. Dust puffed. By the old pledge, I invoke sanctuary for the marked. Varketh demands fealty, not fangs. I yield the trial. Arena gasped. Jonah's grip tightened on the baton. What pledge? His tattoo itched from old memory. Inked off-world, a quiet promise during a forgotten skirmish. Practical then. Binding now. Audrin nodded stiffly. Pledge accepted. Duel ends. Worth proven mutual. Kara rose slow. Her eyes met Jonah's. Respect edged with wariness. Crewman Rook, the ink does not lie. Competence hides deep. He nodded once.
No boast. Baton sheathed.
Envoy Scylla stormed the sand from the envoy box. Drones buzzed after her, lenses whirring.
Champion Vesh. Finish the human. He disrupted talks. Diplomacy bleeds without blood. Kara turned. Crest spiked high. Envoy. The mark forbids it. Pact law binds tighter than your orders. Scylla's tail lashed.
Defy me? Your career shreds like his shirt.
He's leverage. A packed rogue magnet. Crush him, claim glory. Pressure thickened. Kara's claws twitched. Jonah stood ready but still.
Let her choose. Audrin stepped forward.
Envoy. Tradition rules the arena. Interfere. Face tribunal.
Scylla sneered. Tradition loses wars.
Finish him, Vesh, or I brand you traitor. Kara's mandibles clicked. She eyed Jonah's mark again. Ink gleamed. Then she faced Scylla square. No. Competence met humility. Respect arms us better.
He fights with me. Sile recoiled.
Drones captured every angle. Crowd roared approval. Thunder rolling. Audrin banged staff. Duel dissolved. Allies forged. Clear the sand. Kara extended a gauntlet. Jonah clasped it. Her grip crushed like steel cable but released clean.
Train later, marked 1. Your form, intrigues.
He smiled faint.
Likewise, champion. Sile spat curses, stalking off. Drones trailed. Audrin mopped scales. Saved my post today. Packed envoys fume, but law holds. Jonah pulled his torn shirt straight. Fabric flapped useless. Arena emptied in waves. Chants echoing. Varketh. Var-keth. Backstage tunnels hummed with Victor's chatter. Kara walked beside him, stride matched. The rogues saw your feed. Packed cell hunts marked like you. Jonah nodded. Old debts. Practical fixes.
Humility veils teeth. Good.
Alarms pierced the bays ahead. Wrist pad buzzed. Incursion. Kara drew blaster. Together? Always. They sprinted. Doors hissed open to docking chaos. Packed figures swarmed the shuttle ramp, claws gleaming, blasters hot. Led one snarled. Rook. Pact calls you home. Not yet, Jonah said. Claws extended. Blasters hummed. Together. Pressure built. Competence held. Respect armed them. First shot cracked sand. Jonah dodged low, baton whipping. Kara fired precise. Hit scored hull. Figures scattered, formed wedge. Flank. Jonah called. She pivoted smooth. Blaster barked twice. One down, smoking. He swept low on another. Leg buckled. Oathmark flashed on the foe. Rival ink. Pact brothers. Kara growled. Rogue cell. Jonah said. Baton cracked skull. Seen the feed. Want the oath sworn back. Audrin yelled from ramp. Station security inbound. Hold! Sile directed drones high. Record all. Proof. For envoys. Lead figure charged Jonah. Claws out. Traitor mark. Jonah absorbed the slash. Ribs protested old bruise. Countered with baton sweep. Foe tripped hard. Kara's boot pinned neck. Yield. He spat blood. Pact takes what's ours. Alarms wailed sharp. Security poured in, stunners flashing. Figures retreated to ship. Docking clamps word, release. Jonah watched it flee into void. Wrist pad pinged, all clear. Kara sheathed sidearm. Eyed him sidelong.
Good teeth, crewman. Sile approached. Drones hovering.
Collaboration sealed. Talks tomorrow. With teeth. Audrin mopped brow, robes sweat-soaked. No diplomatic mess. Thanks to you two. Jonah nodded. Humility intact. Pressure passed. But Kara lingered. The pledge demands more than arena bows. Train with me. Prove the mark full. He met her gaze. Ink burned fresh under torn cloth. Challenge accepted. Shadows stirred in the bays. Packed whispers echoed. Competence waited. Respect sharpened blades. Next duel loomed. Not sand, but stars. Allies charged first. Lead rogue ship vanished into jump haze. Jonah's pad chimed again. Envoy summons. Sile's game twisted. Kara bumped shoulder. We go? Together. They moved as one. Human stride met alien power. Humble steps shook halls. Arena scars faded. New oaths bound. But in the quiet bays, a dropped claw glove glinted. Packed sigil etched deep. Watcher, unseen. Duel never truly ends. Jonah felt it. Kara tensed. Blaster hands rose. Ready. Kara slammed her gauntlet on the arena rail. No kill strike, Envoy. This duel proves worth. Honor the pact mark, or walk away shamed. Jonah gripped his training baton tighter. Sand crunched under his boots. The crowd's roar pressed in from the tiered seats. Thousands of aliens, scales glinting under dome lights. His torn shirt flapped, exposing the edge of his back tattoo.
The ink burned from yesterday's scuffle.
Kara's challenge echoed in his ears.
Prove the mark full.
Sile hovered at the adjudicator's dais, robes swirling. Drones buzzed at her shoulder, lenses whirring. Officer Vesh, stand down. The humans no champion. Dockside brawler at best. Packed threats demand lethal closure. Marshal Audrin raised his staff, voice cracking through amplifiers.
Tradition binds.
Blades only. No overrides. Kara leaped the rail into the pit. Her armored frame hit sand with a thud. Quadruple arms flexed. 2 gripping vibroblades. 2 free for grapples. Crewman Rook, step forward. Show me the oath's steel. Jonah vaulted down. Baton in one hand, he circled left. Humility kept his stance loose. No strut, just ready. Kara outweighed him by 80 kilos, her species built for crush grapples. But he'd trained on low-grav colonies. Pivot points mattered more than mass. She lunged first. Blades whistled. Jonah ducked, baton sweeping her lead leg. She pivoted mid-air, tail whipping sand into his eyes. He blinked through grit, rolled right. Crowd gasped. Slippery, Kara growled. Approval edged her voice. Packed ink hides on weak flesh? Not weak. Jonah snapped a baton thrust at her mid-guard. She parried, sparks flying. Metal rang. He felt the tattoo pull tight. Off-world oath from a raid survival pact, etched in neural ink. Aliens revered it. Humans just survived. Audrin bellowed from above. Clean strikes. No yields yet. Sile's drones hummed louder. Enough theater. Activate Protocol 7. Alarms shrieked. Arena lights strobed red. Vents hissed open overhead. Shock drones poured in. Fist-sized spheres. Crackling blue arcs. 10. They swarmed the pit, tasers arcing toward Jonah and Kara. Cheat! Kara roared, blades up. A drone latched her shoulder. Electricity snapped. She staggered, scales smoking. Crowd screamed. Packed agitators in the stands rose, claws raised. Jonah's pulse spiked. No time for awe. He lunged past Kara, scooped the fallen vibroblade from sand. Hilt hummed alive. Behind me. She snarled but dropped back. Trust flickered in her eyes. Jonah planted the blade tip first into the arena floor. Metal shaft grounded deep, conductive alloy, straight to the pit's power mesh. First drone dove.
Arc leaped to the blade. It shorted in a pop, hull blackening.
Fell limp. Genius, Kara spun, pointing. Left flank, 3 cluster, low arc. Jonah twisted the hilt. Sparks danced up the blade. Second drone hit. Grounded. Third followed. Chain reaction frying its wingmate. Sand fused to glass around the base. Sile pounded the dais. Drones, target the human. Override.
Audrin waved his staff frantic. Envoy, halt.
This voids the trial. Fraud drones buzzed in. Jonah yanked the blade free, plunged it again nearer the crowd barrier. The drone veered toward spectators. He angled the shaft. Arc jumped, pulled it down. Crashed harmless. Kara's blades flashed. She bisected two midair, hurling wreckage at incoming pairs. High right, 5 o'clock, she barked. Quad arms worked symphony, /throw point. Jonah nodded once. Humble sync. He grounded another cluster. Electricity spider-webbed the blade, lighting his tattoo through ripped cloth. Crowd hushed. A packed thug in the stands froze, eyes on the ink oath sigil, glowing under flash. Drones thinned. Kara vaulted, speared the last pair on her blades. They exploded in showers of sparks. Pit fell silent but for crackles dying out. Jonah straightened, blade planted like a flag. Chest heaved, but stand steady. No boasts. Kara sheathed her weapons, stared at the grounded shaft. You turned floor to shield.
Human normal?
Practical.
He pulled the blade free, offered hilt first.
Sand caked his hands. She took it. Claws traced the etchings. Then his back, tattoo full view now. Packed lines pulsing faint from adrenaline. Her eyes widened. Rook's oath. From the Veil skirmish. You bound the survivors. Human and Vesh alike. Crowd erupted. Cheers drowned Silly's protests. Audrin descended the rail, robes flapping. Duel honored. Worth proved. No deaths. No fallout. Scylla stormed the pit edge. Drones trailing smoke. Packed whispers grow. Human's mark provokes them. Kara stepped forward, shoulder to Jonah's. It binds them. Or us. Your drones failed. Is steel held? Jonah felt her heat radiate. Alien power, now allied. Humility won the nod from her gaze. Pressure forged respect. But Scylla's eyes narrowed. Train him if you must, Vesh. But stars call duels sharper. She turned, robes snapping. Drones recalled.
Audrin mopped scales.
Clear the pit. Talks resume. Clean. Kara bumped Jonah's arm. Train now. Prove more.
He matched her stride out.
Together. Arena scars smoked. Crowd chanted the oath mark. Packed shadows watched from bays. One drone lay unbroken in sand, lens cracked but recording. Sealay's fixer game twisted deeper. Hidden blades waited. Competence called. Allies charged. Jonah's pad chimed. New summons. Not envoy. Packed rogue vessel, hailing direct. Oathbreaker returns.
Kara's hand gripped his shoulder. Blades ready.
Duel arced to void. Kara's grip tightened on Jonah's shoulder. She yanked him sideways into the service tunnel mouth, boots scraping arena sand. Alarms wailed behind them. Drones buzzed like hornets from the bays. Move, her voice cut sharp over the echo. She expected him to lag. A soft-skinned human, oathmark or not. Jonah matched her stride. He scanned the dim conduits, memory mapping from maintenance drills. No lag. No burden. Pursuit squads thundered closer. Vesh enforcers, packed loyalists by their scaled armor and oath-packed blades. They chanted, Breaker. Scylla's narrative twisted fast. Kara spun at the first choke point, a narrow great junction. She drew her ritual dagger, blade humming energy. 3 hunters rounded the bend, stunners raised. She lunged. Her strike felled the lead one, scales cracking against bulkhead. The second swung. She parried, kicked his knee inward. Crunch. He dropped. Jonah covered her flank. He grabbed a loose panel conduit, swung it like a bat. Clang against the third's helmet, the hunter staggered, stunner firing wild into the wall. Kara glanced back, no fear in his stance. Teammate fluid, her mandibles clicked surprise. Go! She shoved the grate wider. They bolted deeper, steam hissing from ruptured lines. Tunnel forked ahead. Jonah spotted the maintenance panel, arena standard, locked with bioscan. Pursuit echoes multiplied. 10 now, maybe more.
He knelt, pried the cover. Wires sparked under his fingers.
Human trick. Bypassed the scan with a jury-rig pulse. He stripped insulation, twisted red to blue. Sparks flew. Panel beeped green. Bulkheads groaned alive. Steel slabs slammed down, splitting the tunnel into dead ends. Hunters bellowed, trapped on wrong sides. Kara's eyes narrowed. Crewman hack. Not oath magic. Practical. Jonah stood, wiped hands. Splits them. Buys air. She nodded once. Heat radiated from her scales. Approval, not just duty. Lead squad broke through a side vent. 5 strong, captain at front with stunner baton crackling. Packed runes glowed on their pauldrons. Oathbreaker. Surrender for trial. Kara planted feet. Honor demands single combat. One champion, or cowardice stains you.
Captain snarled. Envoy's writ supersedes.
Seize them. She stepped forward, dagger raised. Vesh code. First blood or forfeit. The squad hesitated. Arena traditions bound even packed dogs. Captain growled assent. You first, Vesh. Then the human softling. Kara charged. Blades clashed, her ritual steel against his baton. Sparks lit the tunnel. She dodged a stun arc, countered with a slash.
His arm bled. Squad edged closer. Stunners itching.
Time bled out. Jonah circled wide. He eyed the captain's grip, overhand. Vesh power style. Human Marines trained counters. Leverage, not force. Kara pressed, buying seconds. Captain swung wide. She rolled under. Jonah struck. He hooked the captain's baton wrist, twisted palm up. Human joint lock. Precise, no snap. Baton clattered free.
Captain roared, "Free hand clawing!"
Jonah sidestepped, swept the legs, soft landing on scales. No brakes, squad froze. Kara pinned her foe dagger at throat. Yield. Captain spat blood. Honors met. Fall back. They retreated, Driding wounded. Tunnel fell quiet, save drips. Kara sheathed her blade. She eyed Jonah's stance. Calm reset, no brag. You fight like Veil Pact.
Hidden.
Jonah retrieved the baton, powered it down. Teamwork holds.
Her mandibles flexed, respect's edge. She expected dead weight post-duel. He moved synced, pressure forged. Alarms shifted pitch. Audrin's voice boomed from vents. Escorts to central pit. Trial by combat. Formal. Scylla's game. Public duel now. Packed whispers leveraged. Kara gripped his arm. Not shoulder this time. Equals. Prove again. Jonah nodded. Together, they ran. Tunnel spat them into underpit ramps. Crowd roar filtered down. Drones swarmed overhead. Lenses hungry. Audrin waited at the gate. Robes sweat damp. Vesh. Human. Dual protocols. No deaths. Diplomatic eyes. We dictate terms. His mark binds. Jonah's pad vibrated again. Rogue hail pulsed. Oathbreaker enters pit. Blades wait. Packed shadows stirred. Sealay's drones circled tighter.
Pit doors hissed open. Sand gleamed under lights.
Kara's stride matched his. Burden?
No. Partner. She expected drag. He flowed like her shadow. Competence under calm. Pressure built respect. Crowd hushed as they descended. Captain's squad glared from rails. Scylla smirked from envoy box. Kara raised fists. Human steel meets Vesh fire. Jonah drew his scavenged baton. Humble tool. Deadly hand. Duel ignited. Blades sang. Kara tested first. Feint high, strike low. Jonah parried. Baton humming counter energy. No overreach. She pressed. Her power surges shook his guard. Scales flexed with each leap. Vesh arena queen. He adapted. Human footwork. Evade, circle, strike openings. Baton cracked her vambrace. She hissed approval. Crowd murmured. Softling holds. Scylla leaned forward. Break him, Vesh. Pact demands. Audrin signaled rounds. No kill shots. Kara lunged full. Jonah rolled, hooked her leg midair. She twisted free, landed grinning mandibles. Teammate trick. Works.
He blocked her flurry. Sweat stung, but breath steady.
Pact captain yelled from rail.
Cheat!
Human wiles. She spun. Dagger flashing. Silence. Worth shows. Final clash. Her blade locked his baton. Faces close. Her heat washed him. Power now shared. Yield, she whispered. Together, he echoed. She disengaged. Stepped back, fist raised. Proved. Crowd exploded. Audrin descended fast.
Duel honored, but Jonah's back itched.
Tattoo pulsed. Rook's oath. Veil-packed lines glowing faint. Kara saw it first.
Armor shifted in lock. Full view.
Her eyes widened. Rook's oath. Veil skirmish. You bound survivors. Human and Vesh. Cheers drowned Scylla's shout. Worth proved. Clean. Scylla stormed edge. Pact provoked. Kara shouldered Jonah. Bins us. Drones failed. Steel held. Humility in her nod. Pressure forged it. Jonah felt alliance solidify. But pad chimed rogue hail. Breaker returns. Kara's hand gripped firm. Void called sharper.
Allies charged.
Kara's claws clamped Envoy Sile's robe. She hauled the diplomat across the arena's sand, mandibles clicking fury. Ruling Odrin. Now, Jonah wiped sweat from his brow. His back tattoo burned under the lights. Rook's oath, the glowing veil-packed lines still fading. The crowd's roar shook the stands. They chanted his name, but he kept his baton low. No gloating, just breath steady. Marshal Odrin descended the podium stairs, robes flapping. His multifaceted eyes darted between Kara and Sile. Vesh, release the envoy. Protocol? Protocol? Kara shoved Sile forward. The diplomat stumbled, scales flushing crimson.
She rigged drones. Illegal strike mid-duel.
Speak. Sile straightened, voice slicing through the din. Lies. Packed security. Human provoked. Jonah stepped up.
He tapped his wrist pad.
The arena holoscreens flickered alive. Recordings clean. Grainy feed bloomed, the duel seconds before. Jonah circling, Kara lunging. Then, a shadow drone, packed marked, diving from the rafters. Laser tickled his shoulder, scorching cloth. He rolled anyway, hooked her leg. Crowd gasped on replay. Audrin's crest flattened. Sabotage confirmed. Scylla's tail lashed. Defensive measure. He carries veil oath. Threat to alliances. Illegal. Odrin barked. He raised his staff.
Envoy Scylla stripped of floor authority.
Duel reinstated. Honor trial complete. Human proved. Packed banners dipped in the stands. Kara's gaze locked on Jonah. Her mandibles parted in a fierce grin. She sheathed her dagger. Sile sputtered. This voids the pact. Diplomatic fallout. Out. Audrin waved guards forward. They flanked Scylla, escorting her off sand. She shot Jonah a venom glare. Kara turned to him. Heat radiated from her plated frame. Rook's oath. Veil skirmish. You bound my Kinvest survivors. To your crew.
Hid it under crewman rags. Her claw extended, palm up.
Vess alliance gesture. Join as equal. Share hunts. Voidbreakers yield to us. Jonah met her eyes. No speech. No boasts. He clasped her claw in his hand. Firm, shake, skin to scale. The crowd hushed, then thundered louder. Restraint sealed it. She gripped back, mandibles brushing his knuckles. Accepted.
Teammate. Audrin nodded once.
Arena clears. Pact honors outcome. Jonah released her claw. His pad chimed. Rogue hail. Encrypted pulse. Breaker returns. Kara's head snapped to the sound. Generally song babble for source. Ship relay.
Jonah checked the ping. Alliance channels lit up.
Our void. Fast approach.
Crowd filtered out, buzzing vids of the duel, but railside packed captain yelled down.
Vesh defects. Oath traitor. Kara vaulted the barrier in one leap. She seized the captain's collar. Silence your tongue. Or lose it. Captain wilted. She dropped him. Landed light beside Jonah. They fear what we forge. Jonah nodded. Baton sheathed. Drones were test. Breakers the real hunt. Audrin hovered near. Station lockdown. Diplomatic, no. Kara shouldered past. We claim the field. She glanced at Jonah. Humility edged her stance. Queen yielding to proven steel. He matched her stride. Sand crunched under boots. Arena lights dimmed but hollow replays looped. Human evade, alien approve, oath glow.
Envoy Sile's voice echoed from the exits. This isn't over, Rook. Jonah ignored it.
Pressure built in his chest, not fear, alliance weight. Kara's heat brushed his arm. Competence met humility. Respect locked.
They hit the lift doors. Pad updated. Breaker vector locked on station docks.
15 minutes. Kara punched the call. Gear up. Together strikes true. Doors hissed open. They stepped in.
Lift dropped toward bays.
Her claw tapped his shoulder. Teammate trick saved me. Return it in void. Count on it. Jonah flexed fingers. Oath tattoo itched no more. Packed lines bound now. Alarms whooped station-wide. Breaker inbound.